Hey guys, today we're going to be making like mini potato slices like in the oven. They're going to be baked. So I'll show you guys how. There's a lot of different recipes for these, but this is just the way I do it, and I think they taste really good. And I really love potatoes. They're like one of my favorite foods because there's so many things you can do with them. Okay, so for all the stuff you need. First, you're going to need a pan. I put aluminum foil on it because if you saw my last video, the chocolate drops, it's easier to just spray canola oil and then you can get them off really easy instead of them sticking to the pan. I know because I always do that. Vegetable oil, we always use that. Okay, and then these other ingredients are like, I use them for everything. Canola oil, so it doesn't stick. Salt and pepper. An Italian seasoning, and if you watch my other videos, you know I use this a lot. And then last are these sliced potato slices. That doesn't really make sense. I did this pre-hand just so you guys didn't have to watch me chop them. I'm really bad at cutting things, but they're easy. You just have to do slices, and they don't all have to be the same size, but you don't want like a really big one and a really small one. Then they'll cook different and they'll be burnt or not cooked enough or something. Okay, so let me show you guys what I do. First, spray your pan with canola oil or whatever cooking spray you have. Okay, and then just to do them really quick, since I put them in a plate, you can just quickly go over all of them with salt. Don't put too much because you don't want really salty potatoes. Now the pepper, I like pepper better because you can actually see where it goes. Salt, you're kind of like, oh, did that potato get salt? And hope it does. And then my Italian seasoning, but it has like, doesn't have ingredients, but basically oregano, basil, thyme, like all the Italian seasonings. It smells really good. You can just put whatever seasoning you like. But if you can just put salt and pepper too, that's good. So just sprinkle it on. I really like it, so I'm going to put a lot. So it probably, now that I'm thinking about it, would made more sense if we had put the potatoes in the pan and then done all this, but it's okay. Okay, so now we're going to try to slip all these potatoes in the pan because I kind of messed up. Okay, so start over here. Little potatoes. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's okay if they're flipped the other way because they're all going to get cooked. Okay. And just do like a thin layer. You don't want them all bunched up because that will just take even longer to cook, and potatoes take a long enough time because some of these are thick. Okay, so now I'll give you a close-up. Ooh, the lighting's really bad. Okay. So that's what they're just a bunch of slices. So I already preheated the oven for 350 degrees. I always say 55. So now this is optional, but like you're supposed to put olive oil on potatoes because that makes them really rich. I don't have olive oil, so I'm gonna use vegetable oil and just like a tiny little bit. So just kind of like that. Just on some of them. Because you really don't want burnt potatoes. Okay, now the oven's preheated. So you don't really need to watch me put them in the oven because I think you guys know how to do that. So I'm going to put these in the oven. And they take probably roughly around half an hour to cook. But just keep checking on them to make sure they're not burning or anything because that would be bad. So I'll check up and show you every half an hour or so. Like when they're done, I'll show you what they look like. Bye. Hey, so I'm back with the potato slices, and they've been cooking roughly around like 30 to 45 minutes. It kind of depends on your oven and how thin your slices are. So before they're done, take like cheddar cheese or mild cheddar, whatever really, or mozzarella, whatever kind of cheese you like, and sprinkle it onto your potatoes and then put it back in. That way they melt and you don't have to deal with that after they get out. It's really helpful. So you don't need to get it like directly on the potato. So you can just peel it off. Because I hate when the cheese doesn't melt. It gets me really mad. And you can add more on, but so then we're gonna put these back in for like 3 minutes. They don't take that long because it just has to melt, and you can see, well, you can't see because I'm far away, but I can see it's already starting to melt on some of them, and I like just put it on. So yeah, I know I'm adding a lot of cheese. Okay, so back into the oven for like 3 minutes or less, and then I'll show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, so it's been actually almost like 2 minutes. It actually, or I keep saying actually, it was a lot quicker than I thought it would be, so I'm going to take them out of the oven now. Okay, and a close up. See how quick all that cheese melted? So let me move this over. Now, I'm going to use a spatula, which I don't have right now. Oh, tiny tines. What? Okay, sorry. So I got a spatula. Now I'm going to take all the potatoes with the cheese and everything included. Oops. And actually, it might be a lot quicker just to do this. Yeah, well, it seems like this is what we're doing. Oh, sorry, my head's in the way. I always forget. Okay. Oops. So